Hi Cancer, this is your calm, straightforward reading guided by tarot and astrology for your sign. We're going to look at what's influencing you and what the cards are clearly saying for you right now. This reading is not meant to confuse, it's meant to give clarity. So take what resonates, leave the rest. So let's see what story is playing out for you. Cancer's energy at this time, please. Cancer's energy at this time. We've got Queen of Pentacles energy, so that is lovely. It's grounded, it's nurturing, very self-aware, self-assured. Around you, we have got the Ace of Swords, so some kind of truth and clarity around you, possibly heading in your direction, or someone's going to bring it forth. What you don't see coming, Two of Wands, something about planning, regaining some kind of balance in your life. You just don't see it coming. Challenge or blessing. You've got the Hierophant. So the Hierophant, it's wisdom. Maybe it's a bit of a challenge that you know things are just got when you see something you can't unsee it. So it could be that your eyes are open to something and you find that as a bit of a challenge, but it is a blessing that nothing's being kept from you. What you need to release at this time is the Ten of Cups. So that is abundance. It's family. A bit strange why you would need to release that, Cancer. What you need to embrace. We've just had some flippers. So what do we have? I'm going to take all three of them. They're not going to need clarifiers. So we've got the Seven of Cups, the Page of Wands, and the Ten of Wands. We'll come back to it. Advice and guidance for Cancer. Advice and guidance at this time for Cancer. Advice and guidance. Six of Pentacles. And I've straight away got don't overgive. And your outcome, Justice, Libra. So what do we have? We've got Taurus, Libra. Yeah, Taurus and Libra, so you could have that somewhere else in your chart. You could be dealing with someone that's got those signs in them. Always check your sun, moon, rising and Venus. Clarify for me, please, this Queen of Pentacles energy. So like I said, the Queen of Pentacles, very self-assured, has a lot of awareness, very socially conscious and a very balanced mindset. You have the World in the reverse, but something is incomplete. There is something that is ongoing, some situation that is ongoing, and you're remaining poised. You have the Judgment in the reverse again, and then you have the Star upright. So there is something outstanding, something that's not coming to a close. I have the Judgment. The Judgment can be a card of rebirth. It can be a card of regeneration, also a healing element to it. With it being in the reverse, there is something that you have not closed out, a cycle that you have not closed out. It's not dead and buried, but there's nothing happening with it. At the same time that this is going on, you've also got the Star, which again is self-healing. It's also a wish fulfillment. So whatever it is that is on hold, we'll say that it's something that's on hold. It's not the be-all and end-all, because you've got other things to focus on as well, other wish fulfillments. It's not that you've just got one that you've been laser focused on. There's something, not saying it's not going to work out at all, but at this moment in time, there's something that is at a bit of a standstill. But there is another wish fulfillment that you've got your mind set on. There's something else that you're working on. Now, the truth and clarity, the Ace of Swords, this is usually a person or people in your energy. That's usually what I pick it up as. The Hermit, someone is keeping something from you, keeping a truth to yourself, but it's stressing this person out with that Eight of Swords. What else do we have? Yeah, Five of Wands. There has been some kind of drama with a person or people. I am potentially thinking people. I'm getting people. I don't know if you're feeling a bit like a hermit and someone has actually shunned you. Someone's holding back. Someone is holding back a truth from you. You may be aware of this, you may not, but that is the energy around you. So whether that comes out, that is what is there. What you don't see coming is the Two of Wands. So a bit of planning, wanting to get things back into balance. Things are it's a very imbalanced reading with that Judgment in reverse, the Star upright. Yeah, so there is some kind of Tower moment. I don't know if this truth is going to be revealed to you. This is going to cause a Tower moment, which sends you back to the drawing board with that Two of Wands to be planning. You are going to feel like you've lost out on something. You are going to feel like you've lost out on something. But you're moving away from it. Whatever it is for your greater good, that you no longer pursue it and you take yourself in a totally brand new direction. But as it stands at this moment in time, you can't foresee yourself doing that. You can't foresee yourself doing that, but that this is in the what you don't see coming. So you are going to turn your back on something, someone, something that is just not, it just doesn't benefit you. Tell me about Hierophant. So this is the challenge or the blessing. This could be in all your wisdom, this Hierophant energy. You decide, yeah, Hierophant clarified by the Emperor. Wow. That is two highly intelligent energies. Very masculine energy. Six of Cups. Okay, so you could have a history with person or people, and that is why this leaving them behind is a bit challenging with that Six of Cups. But there is an Ace of Pentacles there. Brand new, stable, start, beginning, offer, could be in job, career, training. You just decide to detach from someone, something, some people, and set yourself a new goal, learn something. There's something to do with money or education. But yeah, it is going to be a challenge. There is definitely lessons being learned. And I think you might have more lessons to learn yet. Now then, release this Ten of Cups. This could be a family dynamic. Ten of Cups talks about family. So are you literally leaving the family home in whatever, you're a child or young person leaving home, or a parent leaving a home? There's something about needing to release, something to do with home. Do these cards want to stop flying out onto the floor? Yep, again, Ten of Wands, sorry, Four of Wands. Now, it fell on the floor, so I personally, intuitively, would think that that should have come out in the reverse, and there is actually, this home life is not happy at the moment. There's something, what's going on with this home life at the moment? Could be overcrowded, people, again, a bit too big for the boots, a lot of personalities in the home. And basically, yeah, the Nine of Swords is there. There is not a lot of happiness in this home at the moment. And whether it's remove yourself permanently or temporarily, just for the time being, there is a reason to remove yourself. Now, not everybody is going to be in the boat of this is it, I am done, I am gone, I am leaving. It could be a case of when drama happens, maybe just take that time to remove yourself from a situation, to be able to place yourself in that Hierophant Emperor energy while you just fathom out the best way to tackle said issue at the time. What you need to release is this Seven of Cups, which can be the card of delusions, Ten of Wands, which is burdens, and it's the Page of Wands. I do get some kind of conflict, possibly with a fire sign, teenage years, early 20s, but it's sort of, this person could be a little bit delusional and you can see it, and it's weighing heavy on you because you're frightened to death of the moves that this person is going to make. You need to sort of, they're a very passionate person, And you need to lean into that energy to be able to support them the best. You need to somehow get on a level and lean into that energy with them. Sort of show understanding. Because at the minute, Seven of Cups, you're totally confused by something. And that makes this person feel insecure. Take this as it fits. I'm using the example of a young person. It could be a partner that just shows a bit of immaturity. And as daft as it sounds, sometimes you have to come down to a level to explain yourself, to clear the illusions that this person might be under. Very strange message. Your advice and guidance is the Six of Pentacles. So where are you giving your time, effort, potentially money? Are you overstretching yourself? Temperance. You need to have a bit of patience with yourself. Advice and guidance is to not put on yourself. Knight of Pentacles. Slow, steady action. And then the Three of Swords. You're frightened to death of disappointing people, letting people down, not being there for people, but who's there for you? Your advice and guidance is you need to have a bit more patience with yourself. You can't be everybody's saviour. Don't know who that hits with, but that's clear message that's just rolled off my tongue. Your outcome is justice. These scales of justice balancing out. Clarify the Justice card, please. Eight of Cups, you were walking away from something. Four of Swords, taking time to heal, rejuvenate, rest, reset. And then you have the Two of Pentacles. So for things to balance out, you need to remove yourself from a situation for something to balance out, to then reach a fair resolution with that Justice card. Well, Cancer, that is a lot going on. We'll see. We'll go into the astrology element, see if any of this correlates, because there is, I think you've got 5 houses activated this month. We'll go through the transits and I'll hit on the houses as we get to them. So beginning with the full moon in Leo, that really highlights money, self-worth, resources. Your resources will peak. So in the month of February, you will have an urge to step out of your comfort zone and like showcase your talents. It's illuminating themes of personal authority, financial value, and your visibility. So the full moon, this full moon in Leo activates your second house of value, bringing a culmination around income, your spending, your budget, and your confidence. A financial cycle. There was that cycle there. So this was in the reverse. So a financial cycle may complete, a payment may arrive, and you might gain clarity about your worth, which was that Ace of Swords. So there's something there. Moving on to February the 6th to the 13th, you've got Mercury trining Cancer, your sign. So you need to think clearly. There's a big theme about finances. You need to think clearly and negotiate well, problem solve easily. You're excellent for contracts, agreements, conversations about shared or personal finances, and clearing your workload. You need to communicate that clearly whilst it's trining your sign. Have the important conversations about money and discussions now during that time. Sign agreements or reorganise paperwork, and use this week for decision making and clearing tasks. Now, February the 9th to the 19th, you've got Venus trining Cancer. So Venus, it's like the planet of love. So the planet of love is moving through your sign. This transit highlights the importance of home and family. Home and family was a big thing in your spread. Feelings can get louder and more complex, which I am totally seeing that. And there's also a strong tendency to pine for the past. Your Six of Cups was in there as well. So when you're in that emperor mode, that very controlled emperor mode, there is something with that Six of Cups pulling on you from the past. So just bear that in mind, that that's quite heightened at that time. You can, on the other hand, you've got Venus boosting your charisma and creating warmth. So love, creative pursuits, social life. So there is that. Well, there is definitely, I do feel heart and emotions along the way. February the 11th to the 19th, Venus, so this is interesting, Venus and Mercury enter your sign. So both planets are entering your 9th house of expansion and adventure. You crave travel, wisdom, you have the Hierophant in there, meaning and mental expansion. Your mindset becomes more hopeful and more future focused. You'll begin planning travel, coursework if you're a student, or spiritual study if you're here, you are into spirituality. You need to explore new ideas, belief systems, even explore this young person that might, it could be even your younger self, but just explore those belief systems, learn lessons from them. The teacher can also be the student if you are the older person. You can expect inspiration, capture it. Expect inspiration and capture it before Mercury retrograde hits. Moving on to February the 13th, Saturn enters Aries. Career, responsibilities, long-term authority. So meaning for you, Saturn moves into your 10th house. This is launching a 2.5-year climb towards career mastery. It's a major turning point. Expectations rise and your professional maturity matures. So you do need to commit to long-term career projects at this time. It's a good time to do it. Improve skills, work on your discipline, implement those professional boundaries, big one. Prepare for increased visibility and responsibility. That's something just to prepare yourself for. Then you've got pretty powerful, the solar eclipse on February the 17th. That's in Aquarius. This focuses on shared finances, intimacy, and deep transformation. The eclipse strikes in your 8th house of shared resources and intimacy. So it's bringing powerful new beginnings around debt, investments, inheritances, possibly partners, money, even psychological breakthroughs. And these shifts, they can be sudden and they can be irreversible, okay? To be practical, review shared accounts, loans, financial commitments, start therapy. Good time to start therapy if you feel you need it to work on emotional healing, or just do some spiritual work. Allow old emotional patterns to dissolve. They're no longer serving a purpose. You need to no longer be clinging to them. There was that pull to the past in there. You need to release that. February the 20th. Saturn conjunct Neptune. So this is where dreams meet reality in your career, because this is a rare and defining transit in your 10th house of career. Your dreams must be grounded in structure, or illusions, they fall away. This is a destiny shaping moment for purpose, reputation, and long-term direction. So that is a big one. You need to create realistic step-by-step plan to your dream path. Be brutally honest about what's working, what's not working. Blend your vision with discipline and commit to mastery. Commit to mastering something. February the 19th sees the sun enter the sign of Pisces. So this is very hopeful, hones in on expansion, higher perspective. The sun shifts into your 9th house of expansion and adventure. So overall, expanding your worldview, lifting emotional heaviness from early February, really. And this brings optimism, spiritual clarity, and renewed inspiration. Say yes to learning, say yes to travel, take part in those meaningful conversations, and you need to reframe any limiting beliefs that you've got lingering. Follow your curiosity, it leads to beneficial insight. There's something about this card, there's something about just getting curious. The Page of Swords would usually talk about curiosity, but there's something I am getting that will spark something. There's something insightful if you take the lesson, if you're willing to take the lesson from somebody else. Closing out, come February the 26th, you've got Mercury retrograding in Pisces. So this is retrograding in your 9th house. Your 9th house of expansion and adventure. Your 9th house there's been a lot going on in your 9th house. So this is going to slow travel, study, any legal matters, any old beliefs, teachings or unfinished projects. They are likely to resurface. You need to double check bookings, documents, academic deadlines, revisit old lessons or hone in on spiritual learning, and avoid any major commitments until Mercury until Mercury goes direct in March. So there is a lot going on there, but that is the message for your sign. If it resonated, you are welcome to subscribe. For now, be gentle with yourself, and I'll see you next time.